In 2014, a family's dream turned into a waking nightmare. In the quiet, upscale town of Westfield, New Jersey, someone was watching. They weren't just watching, they were waiting and writing from the shadows. This is the true story of the Watcher, one of the most disturbing stalkers in American suburbia. Derek and Maria Broaddus had just purchased their forever home, 657 Boulevard, a charming six-bedroom house in a picture-perfect neighborhood. It had wide porches, tall trees, and decades of history. They were ready to start a new chapter with their 3 young children. But just days after closing the deal, they found an envelope in their mailbox. No return address, just the words, "To the new owner, dearest new neighbor at 657 Boulevard. I've been watching this house for decades. My grandfather watched in the 1920s, my father in the 1960s. Now, it's my turn." At first, they thought it was a prank, a bored teenager. But the next letter shattered that illusion. The Watcher mentioned the Broaddus children by name. He described them in chilling detail and asked, "Have they found out what's in the walls yet? I'm pleased to know your children's names, and I plan to call to them." He talked about renovations they had just started, as if he was inside the house. The letter read, "You've changed the house and made it fancy. It cries for the past, and when it will bleed." The Broaddus's called the police. They launched an investigation. But the trail was cold. No fingerprints, no cameras, no suspects. The family even hired private detectives. A former FBI agent analyzed the letters, trying to identify linguistic patterns, psychological traits. But it was like chasing a ghost. They interviewed neighbors. One family just across the street had lived there for decades, but they denied everything. And then another letter arrived. This time, the Watcher mocked them. "Are you one of those Hoboken transplants who think they can move into my house and ignore its secrets? The house knows. The house sees." The paranoia began eating away at the family. They never moved in. They stayed in hotels, at relatives' homes, watching 657 from a distance, afraid to enter. They tried to sell the house, but once the story leaked, who would want it? The Watcher's legend had gone viral. TV news, documentaries, podcasts, and still, no one knew who it was. They filed lawsuits. They even tried to demolish the home and rebuild. The town denied it. The Broaddus's eventually rented it out, but even tenants received letters. Was it a vengeful neighbor? A bitter real estate rival? A hoax gone too far? Or was something darker still watching? To this day, the Watcher has never been caught. And the house at 657 Boulevard still stands, waiting for its next family to watch. Based on true events. The Watcher remains unknown,